Hi everyone, my name is Michael and I'm one of the Energy Advisors here at Cozy Kingdom, a free and impartial energy advice service available to anyone living in Fife. Today I'm going to show you a quick demonstration on how you can compare gas and electricity prices to see how much you can save by switching to a cheaper energy supplier. Typically you can save around £300 a year by doing this. It's really important to do a comparison using accurate information, so there's a few things you'll need beforehand to make sure you can do this accurately. All the information you need can be found on one of your most recent energy bills. If you don't have one of these to hand, you can contact your supplier who will be able to tell you the information you'll need. Firstly, you'll need to know the name of your supplier and the tariff you are currently on. This is so you can get accurate comparison to see how much you will save. You'll then need to know your accurate annual consumption of gas and electricity in kilowatt hours. Remember, all this information will be on your most recent energy bill and it'll look something like this. Once you have this information, you can go online to your chosen energy comparison site. There's a few different ones you can choose from. For demonstration purposes and because of its easy to use simple interface, I'm going to use the energy comparison tool provided by the Citizens Advice Bureau. You'll see the link on your screen now. So let's take a look at doing a gas and electricity comparison to see how much you can save by switching suppliers. Here we are on the Citizens Advice Price Comparison website. The first question you'll be asked is to identify your postcode. The reason for this is prices vary across different network areas. For example, between the south of Scotland and the north of Scotland. At this stage, as long as the postcode is in your correct geographical area, you'll get an accurate price comparison. Let's get started. The first thing we'll be asked to do is identify whether we're comparing gas and electricity together or separately. Sometimes you may not have gas, so you'll just want to do an electric comparison. You may also want to do them separately, as you can sometimes get cheaper prices by going to two different suppliers. However, the added inconvenience of dealing with two different companies may not make this worth your while. For demonstration purposes, we'll assume we're comparing both together here. And we will also assume that we have the same supplier for both gas and electricity. The next question you'll be asked is who is your current supplier. When you click on this button, you'll get a list of all the different suppliers currently available in the United Kingdom. For demonstration purposes again, we'll choose Scottish Power for this comparison because they're the most common supplier you find in this geographical area. We now need to identify what tariff we're on. Again, this information is on your recent energy bill. There are lots of different tariffs available from your supplier, so it's important to get the right one as the prices between these all will vary. We'll choose standard tariff at the moment because if you've not switched supplier recently, you're likely to be on supplier standard tariff as it's the most expensive tariffs available. You now need to identify what method of payment you currently use. If you pay direct debit compared to prepayment, for example, you may get better deals available. If you're on prepayment, the deals can be restricted due to the limited availability of tariffs. We'll assume that we're on a direct debit. The next question will be asked is whether you have an economy 7 meter or not. An economy 7 meter is a special type of electricity meter that offers cheaper off-peak electric and more expensive on-peak electric during the daytime compared to the night time. You'll probably know if you have one of these as it will be labelled on your bill. If you're not sure or if you do have one of these, it's probably a good idea to give us a call anyways, as switching can be a bit more tricky and there's a few things you need to look out for that our advisors are trained and advised to handle, so please give us a call for this information. We'll assume that we've not got one of these at this stage. We now need to know how much we spend on gas and electricity. At this stage you could choose no and choose the size of property and it'll do a very rough estimate. That's not advised as the prices you get offered may not be accurate and you may find yourself in too much debt or too much credit at the end of the first few months. If you click yes here, you get several options. You can choose to put in kilowatt hours or you can choose to put in how much you spend. You can put in how much you spend, however it is more accurate if you choose to put in the kilowatt hours. For this demonstration we'll choose 13,500 units of gas a year, which is around average, and we'll choose around 3,500 units of electric, again around the average for property in Fife. That's all the information you need, so all you need to do now is see how much you can save. So there we have it, our energy comparisons completed, and you're now presented with a list of all the different suppliers and the prices you could be paying by switching to different companies. There's a few things on this page I'll point out. You can refine your results along this site. So I mentioned earlier you can do them both separately by clicking on this button here, and you'll find that the named suppliers are slightly different compared to when they're together. So it could be worthwhile going with two different companies if you feel you can handle that. You can also choose different payment methods. You'll see the prices vary quite a bit here. We'll show all at this stage. You can choose whether you want a fixed price tariff where the prices per unit do not change, or a variable tariff where they can change with a little bit of notice. You can also choose to show deals from your current supplier. Sometimes, if you're with one of the biggest suppliers, they may have cheaper deals available that you can switch to through a comparison website. You can also look at things like the customer service reviews of the suppliers, if that's something that's important to you. And there's a few added features you can check out as well, such as any suppliers offer renewable energy, paper bills only if you're not online, deals offer no extra fees, or suppliers offer the £140 warm home discount. If you currently get that, it's really important to take this into consideration when choosing a supplier, as the price savings added to the warm home discount can be substantially more than the cheapest available. So let's take a look at what we could be saving. There's a few different deals here from different companies. You can scroll down this list and there's lots and lots of different suppliers available. They go up and up and up in price savings as you go further to the top of the list. So looking at the top deal here is a supplier called Outfox the Market on their One Green Fixed 2.0 tariff. This will show here the price you can be paying per year, and this box here shows you how much you can save compared to your current tariff. £388 is a substantial saving for an average user of gas and electricity. Any of these tariffs you could choose here will go into the next steps and you get a bit more information. You don't really need to look at all this, but it's sometimes quite handy. The tariff information here in this box will show you the prices per unit of gas and electricity. So you can see here the difference in prices between the different suppliers. You can also see the different prices in standing charges and how much you'll save. It will also show you whether the tariff has an end date or price guarantees or exit fees, so it's worth paying attention. If you click here on estimated information, it will show you your direct debit price comparisons, so the difference between what you'll be paying right now to with the new supplier. Again, a substantial saving each month. Now that you've reviewed all the information to hand, you can decide if you want to switch to that supplier. If you do, you can choose to visit that supplier on their website, give them a call, or email them for more information. Some suppliers will offer tariffs exclusively through certain comparison websites, so if that deal is not available on the website, you may need to call them to find what site you can switch through. Some sites offer exclusive switching services where they will switch you directly to the supplier through their website. The Sense Advice one doesn't do that, it just is a comparison tool, it's not a switching tool. Again, if you need a hand, we're happy to help with any of this. So there we have it. Hopefully that's shown you how easy it is to do a gas and electricity price comparison, and you may be able to find you can save up to £300 by switching suppliers. Remember, if you live in Fife and need more advice on switching suppliers or saving energy at home, or would like help completing a price comparison, our advisors are happy to help. Get in touch and we'll be happy to see what we can do to help you. Thanks for watching, bye for now.